Shalom. This is a continuation of Conspiracy, Part 2, on how Esau conspired with the Kenites, which are the Jews, to bring Jacob, his brother, descendants into slavery. Conspiracy. Um, so I'm going to begin this second part in Psalms 83. Do not keep silent, O God. Do not hold your peace, and do not be still. O God, behold, your enemies make a tumult, and those who hate you have lifted up their head, meaning in pride. They feel no fear of God and what God can do to them. They feel comfortable that they're going to heaven. They have their heaven here on earth, and they think they're going to go on to the other great big heaven after death. But let me tell you, they got a surprise coming. 3. They have taken crafty counsel against your people and consulted together against your sheltered ones. This Psalms is talking about God's children, the African Americans. We are the only one that fit these descriptions. Wake up and read your Bible and understand it. You cannot even predict prophecy correctly unless you know who the children of God, the true children of God is, and that you know who Satan's children are. If you know that, and then you will understand what's about to happen and you will see it coming. But if you don't understand that, which they have confused the word, they have confused the Bible, so that, and took things out and put things in, so that we won't know the truth. But what they didn't know or wasn't aware of, that God said that, yeah, Abraham descent, that Moses and all of those who didn't go into the land of milk and honey, they didn't make it in. And they still, years and years and hundreds of years, God's children, most of the time, did not obey his covenant. They did not do as he commanded them to do. So God promised Jacob's descendants was going to receive the blessing. And that's what's going on now, and it's about to happen in another couple of years. We're going to see it mightily upon this earth. We're going to see tragedies and horrible things happening on this earth, and not just black people being shot down and black people being in this institutional slavery, but it's going to be payback time by our Father Ahia. He is going to get revenge for what's been done to his chosen people. Now, some think that he's cast us away, that we no longer his people. Yes, we are. He said he cast away those that was not serving him for hundreds of years. But he said there's going to be a remnant in the last days that's going to serve him. He said, I'm going to give that promise to your descendants. We are the descendants. We're the ones that the promise is going to be given to, because we're waking up now, and we're sick and tired of being treated the way we are treated all over the world. Doesn't matter how much money you have. You could be rich. You're still going to feel the prejudice. You're still going to feel it. They're going to make sure of that. And how do you know these people who call themselves Jews, but they're not? They're the synagogue of Satan. Revelation 2:9, Revelation 3:9, you need to read it. They are not the true Jews. They are converted Jews, and they do not practice Judaism. They practice their own pagan religion. Look it up for yourself. So the whole thing is, when it says here that they have taken crafty counsel against God's people, it's because they conspired to do just what they did. They conspired against us. They had a plan. And see, Satan people know that plan from generation to generation. It's handed down. And just like the man that sent me the letter, the white man that sent the letter to us, said that the white supremacy people who are enforcing this will pay other white people just to treat us like animals. They will pay other whites to treat us in a destructive way, like we're not human. We have no life in us. And we have more life in us than the whole nation of people, the whole world. We are the people of the soul. We have soul when so many nations do not have that. So they conspired against us back in the 1600s, and they passed it on down from generation to generation. They had a plan, take us far away, not just into Egypt to slave us, but take us into a new land where we won't know anyone. We cannot get back to our roots. Wasn't allowed to speak our own tongue. We only can learn English and speak that. And but now our brutal lives, all of the killings and all of the horrible acts that's been done to black people all around the world is over. It's almost over. 4. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation. See, they conspired to stop us from being a nation. God allowed it because of our ancestors' disobedience. That the name of Israel may be remembered no more. And it's not. Those people that's in Israel calling themselves Jews, they're only bringing horrible curses on themselves by defiling God's land with a pagan God. They defile the land of Israel. They are not worthy to be there. They are disgraceful. And for even saying they're Jews. 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They form a confederacy against you. The tents of Edom and the Ishmaelites and Moab and the Hagarites and Gibel and Ammon and Amalek, the Palestinia, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assyria also has joined with them, and they have helped the children of Lot. Deal with them as with Median, as with Sisera, as with Jabal at the brook of Kashan, who perished at Endor, who became as refuse on the earth, as refuge on the earth. I'm going to read that again. Who perished at Endor, who became as refuge on the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeeb, yes, all their princes like Zebath and Zalmunna, who said, let us take for ourselves the pastures of God for a possession. So you see, it was a plan to bring us into slavery. This is not, so you must see the whole picture. Because if you don't see the whole picture, you won't quite understand it. Oh my God, make them like the whirling dust, like the chef before the wind, as the fire burns the woods, and as the flame sets the mountains on fire. So pursue them with your tempests, and frighten them with your storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek your name, O Yeshaya, Ahaya. Let them be confounded and dismayed forever. Yes, let them be put to shame and perish, that they may know that you, whose name alone is Ahaya, are the most high over all the earth. Because right now, they feel that they own the earth because they have conquered the earth. The Europeans have conquered the earth and has defeated all nations, and they control the world. But what they are unaware of, that the Kenites has a plan against them. The Kenites is going to destroy them, defeat them, who they think are their friends. The Kenites are not your friend. They are not your friends, Esau. They are the children of Satan. So I say this, the best thing anyone or any nation can do right now is seek for the true God. Find the true God. Search for him like you search for silver and gold. Open up the word with a new eye, a new mind. Understand that this Bible has been changed. But what was not counted on, our Father said in the last days, the last generation, I'm going to make a new covenant with the chosen people. I'm going to write my words in their hearts, and I'm going to put it in their minds, that they will know that I am their God, and they are my people. You know, when we know what's been changed in this Bible. When we read the Bible, we read it with clarity and understanding, because now we understand what has been done, and things has been taken out to hide the true children of God. Things has been taken out so that we won't know who we are, because once we know who we are, we have a power that we've never had before. The thing is, so many of us Hebrews are running wild and not really understanding the complete story. They're not understanding the whole entire message. They are mixed up. Some don't believe in the New Testament. Some heard this, they heard that. Stop hearing and research. Research. Find the truth for yourself, and stop following those who are, spreading gossip. They're spreading fake doctrines. That is not the doctrine of God. God expects his people to live a clean life. Just like in the old days, hundreds of years ago, when our people were still defiled, they were in slavery. But even before they went into slavery, they was not serving the Father. They were serving pagan gods, gods that are statue, made of wood and stone, that had no life to it. Didn't understand that the fallen angels, the demonic forces of this world, were those that they were serving. Way back in the beginning, man served the fallen angels. They thought they were gods. Zeus and Diana, the Princess Diana. All of these are gods who, and we thought they were fairy tales, Hercules and all of this was her. We thought they were just stories, but they're not. These was fallen angels. These was angels God sent to the earth, 200 of them, to govern man, to take care of us, to guide and direct us, but they didn't want to do that. They wanted to lie with the women. And they did that. They defiled themselves and they brought a curse upon themselves. They became the God of man instead of introducing them to the Almighty God. They played God. They became God of the human beings that was on earth. So you must understand this full story. And you're not going to get it all from just the Bible. You must go into the Apocryphas, First and Second Ezra. Oh, I love that. It just tells you so much. And Judith is another good one. I mean, if you study and you ask God for clarity and ask Him to show you the way, believe me, you will understand. You will get the message. You will get it. But you've got to search for truth. You cannot just go and say, oh, this is right, this is right. Don't believe anything until you investigate it, until you pray to the Almighty Ahaya in His Son Yeshua name. And then you decide, is this true? Is this right? Ahaya, let me know. And if you're not sure about what to call Him, because they're calling Him a great many names, that YH tetragrammaton, YHWH, is another trick of the Jews. Because that YHWH, if you look it up in the encyclopedia, if you look it up in the Strong's Concordance, you'll see that is the name, the national name of the God of the Jews. They chose that YHWH. Every name that come from that YHWH come from the tetragrammaton. And the tetragrammaton is the 4 letters. Okay? And they have said that it came on the stone when Moses went up into the mountain and brought down the 10 commandments, that the tetragrammaton was there, that YHWH was there. No, that's a setup. I believe that's a setup, because when you research that YHWH and you go into the Strongs and other books, you'll see that was chosen by the Jews to become their God. And if you look up what it means horrible things. That YHWH, there's nothing good about that. Wake up, people. Know the truth. Not just my Hebrew brothers and sisters, but all of the races must wake up. I've been told that some of the other people of color, they are some of the tribes. I'm not sure about that. I studied Judah, the Hebrew tribe, because that's who I am, and I had to know. And we are from Negro land in Africa, not far from Ghana. It's a little bit above Ghana. And there is the tribe Judah kingdom. Judah's kingdom is there also, the slave coast. The slave coast was right beneath Negro land, and Negro land was where they captured the Hebrews and brought them into slavery. Now, it was the Africans who did this. The African Ham's children captured the Hebrews, brought them into slavery, and sold them to the Europeans. And how did they get into Negro land? Aren't they from Israel? Yes, when Israel was invaded, starting in 66 AD, and they finally defeated them in 70 AD. But from 66 AD up until 70 AD, they were fleeing. The Hebrews was fleeing from Israel, because they knew that the Europeans was either going to kill them or bring them into slavery or treat them brutally, horrible. So they fled into different parts of Africa, hoping that they could fit in because they was the same color. And they ran into this place, part of Africa, called Negro Land. And there's a map of Negro Land, 1747. And they made this their home. But then they were discovered, the Africans knew that they wasn't like them. They were not their people. So they round them up and they sold them into slavery. Europeans put them on the slave coast, the slave coast um, ship, and shipped them all around the world. They were shipped all around the world. Okay, so do your research and know who your true God is, because you have not been receiving the truth if you only going by the word that is given you. They have changed some things in there. You could pick it up though if you study. And I want to say shalom, and I pray that Ahaya, in the name of Yeshua, will bless you with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All of you who want wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, that Ahaya would give it to you and let you see.